Okay, so let's comment over this hand. KayhanMok Clickr, 150 BB deep. Pure 3-bet for Clickr, I think. Pure call for KayhanMok, although 4-bet is on the table. Not a pure c-bet, but very high frequency c-bet board, I think, for Clickr. And with his hand also, and for the sizing, it's a near pure c-bet, but I think he does have some checks on this board, also for that sizing, including with his hand, I believe. Yeah, it's mostly going to be a bet. He can probably check, but I think Clickr is also just mostly going to bet. Probably has this as his only sizing, and then this hand is just great hand to bet. He still has that range advantage, the strong ace advantage, and yeah, I think he's mostly just gonna bet there. And KayhanMok, yeah, with this super draw on the turn, is just going to call. Most of the time, these really open-ended flush draws, they are just going to call instead of shove. You know, at least that's what the solver is always doing. I've seen. Clickr goes for the small bet, and yeah, even though he can probably bet bigger with his hand, he does induce KayhanMok to do this. And Clickr is indifferent here, I think, right? Because yeah, he just needs to be probably indifferent with, you know, all the top pairs that he's betting with, or nearly all the top pairs, depending on the blocker. So he's gonna mix this. Probably still pretty high frequency call, I'd say. Maybe 50-50. I'm not sure, but the most interesting decision is KayhanMok, if this is the combo to bluff with. Yeah, it does of course make a little bit of sense. Even though blocking the 4 doesn't do too much other than, you know, ace 4. And the 6, yeah, maybe, but isn't Clickr going to shove at the 8-6, you know? So it doesn't do too much, but he's probably blocking a lot of the bluffs. So yeah, let's take a look. I mean, unblocking a bunch of the bluffs. Okay, so let's take a look. I've set up the tree, but I haven't taken a look at the final decision from Kayhan to bluff at the 6-4 of hearts. Yeah. Anyway, what kind of suits did he have? Ace of spades, queen of hearts. Yeah, so pre-flop I said pure, and it's indeed pure, but it's actually pretty close, 150 big blinds deep. So that is pretty interesting. Kayhan with the 6-4 of hearts. Indeed a pure call, close to 4-bet, like I said, although the EVs are a little bit off here. It's pretty much a pure call, but 4-bet is on the table. This flop, I thought actually that the c-bet frequency would be a little higher than this. But yeah, we have quite a bit of checks, and yeah, that means that these top pair type hands also need to check a lot for balance, about 30%, so 70% c-bet for Clickr. 6-4 of hearts, raising is on the table, mostly gonna be calling. 7 of hearts, assuming this has his only sizing, and we indeed see a lot of checks. Yeah, what I noticed is that the ace queen with the queen of hearts and the, yeah, like these two are pure betting, so his combo is pure betting. And I saw a reason for that, and yeah, that is when he checks actually. Let's mess up the tree here a little bit, because if he checks, Kayhan should bluff with a bunch of queen of hearts. For instance, these offsuit, you know, queen jack and queen 10, that he'd be floating on the flop. He's gonna bet them a lot when he has the heart, when he has a heart. So queen of hearts, you can see it's quite a bit of the queen of hearts is betting, and also these suited combinations also, you see, really betting a lot. So a lot of queen of hearts are betting. So that means when we have the queen of hearts, we have less incentive to check. With these, we're unblocking these queen of hearts. So when we check, he's gonna bluff them, and that's a lot of value for these hands. when we block that, we have more incentive to bet. So yeah, that's a pretty good lesson that we can draw out of this. Yeah. So he does bet, he does find the bet, and I think Clickr is good enough to actually realize this. He was probably pure betting. See what the river was. 4 of diamonds. And yeah, I need to set up the tree here a little bit. Hold on, 5 seconds. Let's wait for GTO Wizard. Okay, 24 he bet. I'm assuming he is making this split. And yeah, I already saw the result. The ace queen is mixing, is checking a little bit. And is indeed nearly good enough to shove as well. You'll see that in a few seconds. So yeah, it is mixing pretty much 50-50. And yeah, shoving, like I said, ace queen can bet bigger. But yeah, it's actually checking a little bit again, because the river is just not so great for Clickr here. Yeah, he still has a range advantage, because the small blind, Kayhan was only calling. Yeah, I don't know how to say it. Yeah, I mean, Clickr still has an equity advantage here, so he can bet a lot. He's betting for small, and yeah, but it's just like a balance thing, right? These are his only, because yeah, like the straights are not checking. They all want to bet. Anything better than the top pair pretty much just want to get value in his betting. Almost all of them. And it probably has to do with the fact that the small blind is just gonna check back. Yes, you see all these aces. So unblocking that, like the nuttish hands, like the straights. That's why to get balance in the checking range, the checks are then coming from the top pairs here, the ace queens. That makes sense, right? When you just basically just generally put balance in a checking range, right? We want to have some strong hands, and because we're with these ace queen, these are blocking those aces quite a bunch. And yeah, but let's go to Kayhan's decision, because I haven't seen this yet. The 6-4 of hearts. Yeah, I think it's not like the very best bluffing hand, but it's definitely on the table. Let's see. I'm not sure. Might be a good one, but yeah. Okay, this is actually really one of the best. It is one of the best, yeah. It's an excellent hand. Yeah, excellent shove by Kayhan here, yeah. Yeah, and definitely, yeah, a lot of ace queens are almost pure folding, and Clickr's combo, like he made a solid call because he has to go 50-50 on his combo a bunch. All these top pairs are then in trouble. So these need to be mixing, and yeah, I mean, it's a very, very great bluffing hand after all. One of the best, really. Still mixing, not a pure bluff, but almost. It's really great. Because again, what are we blocking here? How should I take a look at that? The 8-6. Yeah, we're blocking some 8-6. 6 of hearts, right? We're blocking a bunch of 8-6. The 4 of hearts. Yeah, but it's probably also mostly we're just unblocking. Kayhan is just unblocking. Like there aren't really any bluffs that he is blocking, and that's very important as well. Like these folds, like you see the 6 of hearts. He's not gonna bluff with the 6 of hearts apparently. And the 6 of hearts is gonna be checking. So then, that's why the 6-4 of hearts is better than those other ones, because about that that logic, right? I'm already getting confused, but sorry about this, but yeah, the 9-6 of hearts is checking, and so yeah, then when we have the 6-4 of hearts, we're unblocking all of those 9 6s that Clickr is going to be bluffing. And so yeah, we're not unblocking any bluffs. That was the main point that I was trying to make. That's why this hand is so great. We're blocking a little bit of value, I guess, yeah, with the 8-6. 8-6 off should be in his range, should be in Clickr's range. But for mostly, I didn't see any bluffs that we're blocking. Right, the 9-6 of hearts is checking. Yeah, and there's no Jack 4. You know, it's just great. He's not bluffing with a 4, and he's not blocking with a 6 of hearts. So that's why this is just an absolute great combo to bluff with. So great find, Kayhan, and yeah, well played both, really. And yeah, hope you liked this video. Thank you for watching. Hope to see you in the next one.